Welcome to another episode of Game Time Banter. We have Shantanu sir back with us and Riddesh from Playbox TV official. And should I say, as expected, we lost the second test?
Well, uh, as expected, or something which a lot of us were thinking will happen in the first test. But
Correct.
pink ball day and night, I don't think it's been India's favorite hunting ground. We saw what happened last time when we were there, and probably something which I think Australia played much better than India did. And I think it opens up the series very well. Had India won this, then probably everybody would have started dreaming that WTC is coming very quickly, 4-0, 5-0. A little reality check, because if you see certain chinks in the armor are still there. So good reality check, and I think it spices up the series even much more as we go into the third one.
Definitely.
As soon as the ball starts swinging in the air, our batsmen have trouble. And Adelaide is that one place where it starts swinging in the air. And that first ball by Stark, it moved. I don't know, it moved like he was bowling in Manchester.
It was definitely like the Rory one's dismissal in that Ashes, but that was definitely something that I guess Stark tried to do that in the first test also, right at the first
Very
ball,
difficult
very
test,
first
yes.
ball. But Jaiswal negotiated that. This time he was on the
we
other
have
side
to
of
give
it.
credit to the pink ball. I think we all know it swings a little bit.
Big ball
Correct.
and cooler conditions.
Yeah,
that Adelaide
and
has.
in day-night conditions, it's always a little bit tougher for all batsmen. Yes, India struggles against, but I don't think there are many batsmen today in today's world cricket who can really play the swinging ball or the pink ball that well.
Correct.
We will see these big collapses happening, but I think if what we saw in that first test, where India again didn't put up a great total in the first innings, but India bowled really well. I think maybe we could have possibly the support which probably Bumrah did not get so much. I don't know. Or probably Australia batted better in that first innings, and then I don't think there was any coming back for India, because we didn't have like a second chance like we had in that first test.
Correct.
So it was something which was inevitable, I think.
But so just after that wicket went, and suddenly I just saw one question pop up in one of the screens or what was happening there, and that was a very funny question कि wicket तो चलो हो गया, and normal cricket में ऐसे wicket होना possible भी है, but the reply that Jaiswal had given to Stark in that first test, do you think the wicket was that confidence booster for Stark because उसने उसके बाद 6 विकेट ले लिए?
मुझे तो लगता है यार, वो जायसवाल ने जो बोला ना, उससे ज्यादा 1 करोड़ रील बने ना, मीम्स उसको चिढ़ा, उसको भड़का रहे हैं, वो रोज बैठ के देख रहा है, ये गया अभी तो गया, वो वाला सीन हुआ, बिकॉज you could see Stark celebrate very like vigorously and all, तो वो तो था उसके अंदर, कहीं ना कहीं वो बात सिंक इन हुई थी, but it did set the tone.
See, I think Stark's been around for a long time.
Yeah.
He's been playing for more than 10 years. So in 300 test wickets. 22-year-old Jaiswal, I don't think. Yeah, maybe because he wanted to get that wicket because Jaiswal is an important batsman. He was a top scorer in the first test, and he's somebody who's got a bit of fire, like how Rishabh Pant plays, right? So if he gets going, they know for a fact that probably he's the one who can take the game away from him, like a Sehwag would do when he would open, right? So I think that was more for him. Sledging, I think Australians are the experts. I don't think unless if somebody like a Rohit sledged Stark, maybe it would get under skin more than probably a young Jaiswal.
Now coming back to the sledging point, I guess there was one thing that actually made this series feel like BGT, and that was Siraj versus Travis Head.
Yes.
That didn't make sense bro.
Yes.
140 मार के बैठा है, उसके बाद क्या?
नहीं, but अभी वो सिराज है, I mean उसको वो आरसीबी का खून भी है, विराट कोहली सामने था, उसने वो देखा, अभी वो see, I guess Siraj जो भी किया, it was his, because he took that wicket also.
Yes.
140 मार रहा था, no doubt. He could have gone to score maybe 200.
Yeah.
So Siraj के लिए it was a big moment. Now he's saying that उसने गाली दिया, उसके बाद मैंने react किया. Travis Head is saying मैंने well बोला. So again,
I don't think Travis Head might have said well bowled, but I did read that he was when Siraj was fielding at the boundary line, he was getting a lot of stick from the crowd.
The crowd does that.
Yeah. So I think maybe, and look, Siraj is not somebody like a Bumrah who is very unflappable. Bumrah, I've seen him in, like even in Mumbai Indians games, so many people are shouting good things only at Wankhede, but he's just in the zone. Like Bumrah doesn't react unless he is not somebody. Siraj is somebody you can get under his skin, and he's also somebody who you can easily kind of rile up. And Head has been the thorn in India's flesh since that World Cup, you know. Be it taking Rohit Sharma's catch or scoring that innings in the... Nobody will forget. He's like the new Jayasuriya or somebody, you know. How old, like would always come and so, or as you were saying before, that, you know, something like Ponting, उसमें आत्मा आ जाती है and he scores well against India always. So that is good and we need that. Look, you can't have people saying well bowled and all in an India-Australia series.
No, I mean,
I don't want to watch it, they're saying well bowled.
The biggest point is the people who from outside, be it the commentators or even the previous players, they are telling about this incident. भाई रिकी पॉन्टिंग और वो सब जब खेलते थे वो टाइम पे वो लोग किस लेवल का डिस्कशन ऑन फील्ड करते थे किस टाइप का स्लेजिंग होता था.
My point was, you sledge a batsman when you're trying. So when you sledge a batsman when he's batting, that is to get him out. That's tactical sledging. Looks good. Even generally, किसी को cheaply out किया. जैसे I loved what Jaiswal did in the first one. You're coming too slow, and then he went on to score a 150. This looked cheap for me because it was 140 मारा है उसने, गेम खत्म कर दिया था by that time. उसके बाद तुम भाग ऐसे चिल्ला रहे हो जैसे कि उसको 20 पे आउट किया है. वो एक जो फीलिंग आती है ना, वो मैच नहीं कर रही थी जो मोमेंट चल रहा था गेम में, which is what I felt like. थोड़ा मतलब उससे फ्रस्ट्रेशन निकल रहा था.
Yeah, that is natural.
That was just frustrated.
You can't do it. You have to remember that Siraj is also still trying to make his way. If tomorrow if a Shami is there, Siraj is not going to get that. Maybe he get picked as the third seamer. So he's always still he becomes at a level of maybe a Shami and Bumrah. He's always going to have that thing to prove himself. And the fact that if you see that whole thing, initially Siraj had not taken any wickets. He was getting a lot of stick. So only later on he took those 3-4 wickets and boom. He's always been playing second fiddle. Didn't get a lot of purchase in that first test also. So he's always somewhere, and maybe there were certain things going around. Maybe the crowd got under his skin, you know. So I don't know if Travis had said in his own accent in English, well played, उसने और कुछ सुना और वो कोई idea नहीं है, you know, seriously. So look, I think it's okay as long as you don't get the blows, it's fine. Banter has to be there. We have to, and you know, a lot of players keep doing that. So it's part of the game.
Yeah, it has to be the part.
I think my favorite thing was when I don't know if you remember the England series, जब कोहली पूरा स्लिप कॉर्डन चढ़ा रहा था, जब जैक क्रॉली ने ये आया था, उन लोग रॉबिन्सन जो बॉलर है वो आया था, वो बहुत, that's the kind of thing that I want to see over here as well. Australians को करना चाहिए.
I guess that will come naturally in the remaining test because now it has actually heated up. Like the players and everyone are getting into the skin.
और आज सिराज ने
वो जलाई हो, किसी ने भी जलाई हो, अभी actually वो मजा आएगा.
Giving us the perfect villain.
But now coming to Sir's point, I mean everyone is now talking about Mohammed Shami, whether he's going to come back or not.
Yes.
If you look at the tournaments that he's playing right now, he has consistently bowled 4-over spells.
Yes.
जो भी उसने मुश्ताक अली ट्रॉफी खेला या जो भी रणजी वाला एक गेम खेला, he is playing, but does that mean he's fit for the test series? Can he come and play a proper test match? No one has the answer to that question yet, but everyone wants Shami back into the squad because there is too much over-reliance on Bumrah or the others are not performing.
Shami is on a lot of occasions even better than Bumrah. Like I remember Sean Pollock saying this, that in the South African dressing room, we discussed Shami more than Bumrah. So that is his level. तो हम लोग शमी और सिराज को तो कहीं कंपेयर कर ही नहीं सकते, वो पॉसिबल ही नहीं हो, बात को कोई डिस्कशन ही नहीं है. पॉइंट सिर्फ इधर है कि शमी इज ही फिट इनफ टू प्ले, और वो आएगा तो डेफिनेटली कहीं पर भी वर्ल्ड में, स्पेशली एमसीजी एससीजी जहां थोड़ा विकेट्स डेड है, वहां पर शमी का जो सीम पोजीशनिंग है वो सबसे ही विल गेट मोर आउट ऑफ द पिच देन एनी अदर बॉलर.
I think to take on your point, I agree. You shouldn't get a undercooked him
Exactly.
because if you get him and if he gets injured again,
then
you're losing. There's a big series next year. We're going to England also next year. So there's a lot of cricket next year. So we don't want to get somebody who's been out for almost a year now to when he comes back. Like if you remember when Bumrah was out for 1 year before, but when he came back, he's in good condition now. So you need to protect your fast bowlers. So let's not get him before he's just because we need that seamer. Yes, we do need somebody to kind of give Bumrah support. He can't do it all alone. And this series is we're playing 5 test matches after 30 years in Australia. So it's not like there will be enough chances. So I think better to get him when he's completely ready, when the team management, when he and the support staff, the physios, etc. know, and get him when he's that, rather than, you know, because we came into the series, we knew that Shami's probably not coming.
Correct.
So all your plans, and you need to look at the pitch also. Probably if he comes at Sydney, which is going to turn, then why do you want him bowling 20 overs where there's no purchase, right? So then I rather have a Jadeja or Ashwin, or probably both of them in the last test match.
But again, now that we are talking about Shami, the biggest point here is that the entire team is over-reliant on Bumrah, and that can be seen.
Yes.
I mean, we were worried about the fact when we saw Bumrah कि थोड़ा उसको ऐसा लग रहा था कि वो थोड़ा बीच में एक phase आया जहाँ पे he might be going out and sitting in the dugout, not bowling for some period of time. Luckily, ऐसा कुछ situation हुआ नहीं, and he continued bowling. But we can always see that कभी भी वो wicket नहीं जा रहा है. We are always relying कि Bumrah आके वो करेगा, and that is actually adding pressure on him, and also for the fact that अगर वो injure हो जाता है, then we technically do not have a bowling unit.
Yes, we don't have.
So वो एक बहुत बड़ा problem है. Is there a way where you feel that maybe Harshit Rana or Siraj, problem is they are not stepping up also, right?
Yes.
So how is it that they can actually contribute to Bumrah? I mean, that's the biggest question at this point of time.
Well, if I knew that answer, I would not
Just your opinion. Just your
See,
opinion.
I think we need to think about our bowling unit as a whole. Yes, the first two test matches, the pitches have been predominantly for fast bowling. Yes,
Right.
you have taken 3 spinners and gone. Okay. If you are playing in Ashwin, yeah, probably there's not much of purchase with a pink ball when he played. But what is your, probably in Brisbane also they may not be.
Correct.
So what is your thought process? Because you also see in the first test, Bumrah was captain. Probably he bowled himself properly. I don't know, did he over bowl or under bowl himself? We really can't say, only he would be able to tell us. But yeah, you will always get your best bowler to bowl. And if there is no support act, then what do? You can't, on a seaming pitch, you're not going to throw the ball to Ashwin and say, get me wickets.
Correct.
Right? So you need to be able to balance that out. If you only have Siraj and the support act, then what can you do?
Siraj is not a good support.
Siraj and the support act is what I said. So Siraj is your number 2 bowler right now because you have no option.
He was number 1 also in the last test series
Yeah,
that
but-
we played.
But
Because
you
of
saw what
the
happened.
injuries, yeah.
You saw what happened though.
See, Siraj is a kind of, see, he's played 30 test matches.
Yeah.
Okay, he's been around for more than 5 years, or about 5 years. But the thing is, he is still a momentum bowler. You will see a lot of his bowling depends on when he's in the rhythm he gets there. Or he'll have large periods where his shoulders will drop. He'll not get any purchase. Things will get under his skin, and he'll just get hit for runs. He's not of the caliber of Bumrah and Shami yet. I'm not saying he can't get there. But he's not somebody who can, a captain who just want to throw the ball and say, get me a wicket, which you can do with a Bumrah and Shami. So you'll have to live with that, and you have to make best use. I'm happy to know the fact that today in this generation, we are beginning every discussion of India with bowlers. Otherwise, we would always say, what is our batting doing? We are not even talking about the batting where most of batsmen have failed. So,
Everyone.
Yeah. So let's be
I guess
honest.
Nitish Reddy played a good knock,
Nitish
but
Reddy is a superstar. It's a whole, like, it's out of mind what he's doing out there.
He's probably being a little lucky also because he's coming down the order.
Yeah.
He's taking a few chances.
correct.
But see, unless something like that he can go and score a century, I don't think those 40s are really.
But as of now, whenever he's playing, the situation is such that उसको tailenders ही मिल रहे
Yeah,
हैं.
and he's going for broke. So लगा तो लगा वरना.
But उसके shots, his
Yeah.
shots are really good.
It's not lucky 30 or something. He's going on to score
Yeah, I know.
60s and 70s.
He's not slogging. I
Yeah.
mean,
He's
we
not
can
slogging,
Figure
yes.
it out.
He's
that
not
actually
slogging,
a
yes.
very good
Proper shots. Like,
Yeah.
you remember that off wala shot which he
Huh.
hit? That was a proper
proper
shot.
shots. Proper
But
shots.
I don't think the team management is going to send him up the order. He's going
No,
to be there.
but that's his role, right? Like,
Yeah.
that's what the issue with that.
But what is his role? Is he an all-rounder? Is he
He's an
bowling?
all-rounder.
But is he bowling his full quota? Is he getting you wickets? See, an all-rounder is a person who can walk into the team purely on one skill. You can't be a bits and pieces, sorry. Bits and pieces
But we did
cricketer
have
where
bits
you
and
do a little bit of bowling, a little bit of batting in test cricket. You can do that in ODIs, you can do it in T20s.
Correct.
You can't do that in test cricket.
But do we
So
have
has he
better
come as a
option?
pure bowler who can bat a bit, or is he a batsman who can bowl a bit? Is what the point is.
He's, I think right now he's playing the role of a batsman who can bowl a bit.
But then he needs to be able to at least score. He should be able to score those 50s regularly.
And in case if he's not able to do that, they can actually
Yeah.
bring in a proper batter there.
Yeah.
Maybe
Then
Dhruv Jurel can play.
Yeah,
Or
why can't I have a
Sarfaraz
proper
can play.
batsman then?
But he does get you the odd wicket, right?
So you have
He's got
seen, you have
Lavusha now.
only seen 2 test matches. You can't compare on that, right? Let's be honest about this.
But I feel 2 test matches which were very difficult for batsmen. Which is the best batsmen in the world are not scoring. This guy is scoring, right? Even
Yeah,
even
see,
the Australian tailenders
I can
are facing
I can
similar
make a
conditions.
counter for that, saying that it's just 2 test matches. He's coming down the order when most of the top order is gone. Where you see a bowler's mindset is not really like, I'm not saying that they're not trying to get him out, but you will see many a times that a number 7, number 8 can score those runs which a number 3 won't, because he's not got, the ball is also older by the way. He's not getting the new ball. Okay, so again, just 2 test matches. Let's give it some time. Secondly, why can't we have a Dhruv Jurel instead of him if he's coming as a batsman? If he's coming as a bowler, then why is he not picking up those 3-4
But
wickets?
he's already performed better than Dhruv Jurel as a batsman.
Again, 2 test matches. So let's wait.
And
Let's
so
wait.
technically in the
Imagine
practice
he's
game,
performed better than Rohit Sharma in a similar spot.
Yeah, but okay, now that brings a very good discussion. If I can
of
segue
course,
to
of course.
the whole concept of what is your 11, because you have had 1-11 in the first test match because your captain wasn't there.
Yeah.
So you opened with Rahul and Jaiswal. There was no Gill also by the way that time. So things worked because we won that
When
test
Dhruv
match.
Jurel came.
Yes, we won that test match largely because of Jaiswal and Kohli's centuries. I would put it more of Jaiswal because he gave you that kind of momentum in that
Correct.
innings. Though Kohli's century can't be discounted. But once both Gill and Rohit have come back, you have stayed with KL Rahul because of that 70 he scored in the second innings. But is he still in great form? What is your 11 going to be? Do you want to open with Rohit? Is he got, because middle order failed badly. Is Rohit somebody only good at as the opener spot? Does he even warrant? See, I'll be very frank. Just because he's captain, I think he's making the side right now. That is my point of view.
Definitely.
If he was not captain, he should have been dropped.
Definitely.
Okay, and he's been your test captain for some time. Yes, he's taken you to a final at the World Test Championship before. Before that, really bad loss against New Zealand where we lost 3-0. He's won you a series, etc. But what has happened in the last 3-4 months, considering his form, I don't think he warrants a place as a batsman. So you can't see. Unfortunately, cricket can't have a non-playing captain, like some sports do. So why should Rohit Sharma? Okay, let me give you a counter, even bigger thing. If he fails again in the third test match, should you play him in the fourth and fifth?
See, but then the problem again,
You
the
cannot
entire
change the captain
questions,
like that.
no, the entire questions that you just mentioned, the same were put on Virat Kohli
Yes.
when in the first innings, right?
Yes.
And in that first innings of the first test, when he failed, everyone started questioning इसको next test लो ही नहीं. अब उसने century मार लिया. अब ये test में कोई उसकी बात ही नहीं करेगा.
Yes.
He has failed this test also. Technically, he's still not in form.
Yes.
अब रोहित शर्मा पे पूरा फोकस आ गया because one, he changed his order for KL Rahul, which maybe he shouldn't have.
Yes.
He should have put Rahul below because Rahul के पास वो ability है
Yes.
that he can try and fix his game and he has done that over the
Yes.
past so many years for
Yes.
India. उसको कभी भी कोई जगह पे बोलते he could play. But sending Rohit, like maybe it was Rohit's call or maybe it was that team final decision that they decided to send Rohit down the order, I feel has failed very much.
It did
And-
set well, yeah.
And if you need Rohit in the opening spot, irrespective of who is going to replace him or if there is an option of sending another opener, but Rohit Sharma को नीचे खेलने का कोई sense नहीं बन रहा था.
Doesn't
But the
make sense.
point is now in the next game, I'm thinking if he's going to open again or not.
Yeah.
If he opens and scores that century, again another 2 tests we'll not be
Yeah,
speaking
they
about
will-
Rohit Sharma.
Yes, yes.
So वो सबसे बड़ा challenge anyways face कर ही रहे. But does that mean Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli का time आ गया?
Yeah, I think so. I said this before this series started on this very show that probably we're looking at them definitely playing. Probably Rohit Sharma for sure. Probably his last year in Test cricket or even Indian cricket because how much ODIs are we playing after the Champions Trophy?
Correct.
So he's 37. If you see a lot of his dismissals, and I was reading this, that he's getting out LBW and bowled a lot. So he's missing balls on the stump. It's not like he's getting caught in slips or he's trying to, play some shots which he's getting out. So top batsmen, when their defense is breached, so-called, which is LBW bowled where you get out, that means time aa gaya. Rahul Dravid, that started happening with him, and there's no comparison between Dravid and Rohit Sharma in Test cricket.
Correct.
Okay. So he started getting bold in the last series in Australia in 2012. And he said, okay, this is it. I'm going now because I can't do this. Is Rohit Sharma going to go the Dravid way and going to say that, I'm not going to continue, or is he going to be given a little nudge by the selectors or the BCCI? We need to think of a succession plan. We don't know, but we need to see in the terms of what is these two players which are giants of your test team or even Indian team. What is the next kind of phase for them? Virat will still play maybe for a year. He's still there. I think he wants to play as a year younger than Rohit also. So maybe he will continue, and I don't think you still need probably a Virat Kohli in Test cricket because he can probably still grind those runs out. I don't think you look at Rohit Sharma, even what he was doing in one days and T20s, those quick 40s, 50s, 60s. He was good at that. He was trying to play like those quick fire. Even in Test cricket, he was doing that. So it's like a hit and miss kind of thing. Can you tell me today that Rohit Sharma can score a double hundred of 200 balls? Can he last for 100 balls on the wicket?
That's
is the question that you should be asking. And what is his role? Is he a floater? Is he somebody who's going to give you that quick start, or is he going to come at number 6 and grind at anything? Because Test cricket needs big runs. You can't score many a times just 200 and win a Test match. So what is his role? So that has to be defined. And Virat can still play 150 balls and score 100. I think he can do that. And because he needs those, he can't score fast anymore. Even if you see his T20s and one days, you'll rarely see him with a strike rate of 130, 140. Generally 90 or 100.
But there was this interesting thing that I read. Again, now I don't know whether Sunil Gavaskar has quoted this or not, but of course, वो reels or post में किसी का भी नाम लेके आ जाता है. But the point was very interesting that there is, on one side there is a captain who has 0 IPL trophies, but is actually called as one of the, I wouldn't say greatest, but one of the finest Test captains, that is Virat Kohli. And then on the other hand, there is an IPL captain who has 5 trophies. But उसका Test में as of now कहीं भी situation कुछ clear नहीं लग रहा है. That is Rohit Sharma. So when you look at that comparison again, कि Virat Kohli better captain, Rohit Sharma better captain.
I don't think you need this post. I think Virat Kohli is a better Test captain. Yeah, he was the one who started making you win Test matches again.
It's
and
because of him that he got a fast bowling.
Yeah,
he became a pace bowling powerhouse. Could you ever imagine in life that India pace bowling powerhouse?
See, I know this is a controversial point and I'll get trolled somewhere, I don't know where, but Dhoni was a very bad Test captain. Okay, it was good that he left and Virat Kohli.
But he won a Test match for us.
Yeah, but that was because we won at home. We also won 8 consecutive test matches abroad. 4-0 in Australia, 4-0 in England. He did not have the DNA to be a Test captain, especially in overseas conditions. You can argue about a lot of things. Maybe he didn't have a Bumrah in his side that time.
I don't think there is an argument in this for Dhoni because again, everyone as of now speaks about his ODI
so what I'm
T20
saying, so what I'm saying is that Virat Kohli made you love Test cricket and win Test matches again, like what Ganguly had started.
Yes.
So Virat Kohli, there's no comparison right now. Rohit Sharma for the longest time. By the way, he made his Test debut 6 years after he made his T20 debut and ODI debut.
Correct.
So he started in 2013. He's played half the amount of Test matches that Virat Kohli is, showing that his place in the Test side was not certain for a long time. So he's kind of, again I'll get, I think, more than trolled. I won't be able to get out of my house in Mumbai. But he's got the Test captaincy by accident because there was nobody else.
Because of
Kohli's giving down. So he's got it by default. It was not like he snatched the captaincy because of his performance.
In fact, Ganguly wanted Kohli to stay on as the Test captain and he wanted him to be white ball, but then Kohli had some issues and it was.
See, we've now today, if Rohit Sharma goes again, we're going to go in that merry-go-round who will be there. Probably Bumrah can be a good Test captain. Will he last?
Naturally.
Yeah, will he be able to last? Also is something because of his injuries. Probably a natural list was probably something like Ashwin, but he's also 37. So, are you going to take a really contrarian call and give to Gill, for example? Or something like Rishabh Pant. I think Rishabh Pant is a future Test captain for me because I think he's got that X factor. He's got something where he leads from the front. He's going to have certain times where he's going to play a really bad shot at 90 and get out. But I know for a fact that if he's fit, he's got that thing to want to win, and he's going to be able to. How he's with other players, I don't know right now. But he's definitely a certainty in your Test team, come what may. because he's a once in a generation player as far as I'm concerned when it comes to his batting and wicket keeping. As a wicket keeper batsman, I think he can be a better than an Adam Gilchrist.
I guess that brings us to the end of this episode with so many questions, to be honest.
Yes.
Whether Rohit Sharma will open. If he opens, will he be able to score that century again that everyone demands out of him as a player? Again, the talk about Virat Kohli, whether he will bring back his form, whether Nitish Kumar Reddy can perform the way he is. Will Rishabh Pant try and be that batsman who can, set his tone and then ensure that he takes that entire innings along? Whether India are over reliant on Bumrah, whether Siraj
वो
can,
तो सच है
whether
वो
Siraj
मजा
can
भी वो
actually.
है
So, इतने सारे questions, and I guess the entire answers will be there in that third test. And Ridesh, I just want you to tell our viewers if they want to watch this match through Playbox TV, how do they do that?
Yes, so Playbox TV is an OTT aggregation company. We have an app. Download the app, get a subscription, the one which has Hotstar in it, and it has many more. It has Sony Live Z5, so you can watch loads of content on there. Get the app and start watching BGT with us. Thank you.
Thank you, Ridesh.
Thank
Thank
you,
you so
thank
much,
you very
Shantanu sir. Third test, all eyes on India. Hoping that India win this and then we have a good result going ahead. Maybe we play another WTC final or not. We'll get to know in the third test.